ম্যাচ শেষ হয়েছে?
শেষ।
তাহলে আমি আপনাকে স্পেক্টেটর দিচ্ছি। অ্যাগ্রেসিভ বাইরে তো ডাকলাম, উনি বলল আসতে।
ইয়ে চাকা
হ্যাঁ ম্যাচ জমছে নাকি আপনাদের যেটা খেলছেন?
আমি বলবো, আমি কেন of
Oh.
IMP attack other users. Like, how have you been, buddy? It's been long, and it's the first time we're casting Overwatch together, isn't it?
It's the first time I'm casting Overwatch in general. I haven't been getting a lot of different opportunities. And I've been casting on internals, of course, where we've been doing it in voice chat from time to time, but not in a professional setting, especially with my good old butt here on my side. Now, things are going to get interesting and needed as well because the users are looking to be the winners of this entire tournament. In a way, but at the same time, we all know that Vinibhai and his overall setups are, yeah, he's gonna be a very difficult one to try and tackle, unless Alito's gonna be able to pull off something big with either his main or Genji.
I do believe he's gonna go for the Genji, but again, this is actually a pretty different battleground. If the what might be, yes, the last game I think there was Greeny versus Fang, if I'm not wrong, where they were actually facing off against each other. Where undoubtedly they are the best one of the best hits players in this country. So I'm not. I mean, I was kind of expect them to have a lot of showdowns, and to be very honest, they kind of did. But this time around, I do want to see exactly what Alito brings to the board. He does play Genji and some other projectile-based heroes as well, I do believe. But then again, at least from what I know, Aggie, they have been scrimming quite often, and they have also been taking a lot of what's it called? Strategies. They have been making strategies. So I do believe Dragon users, they really want to use their position, but Simp, I do believe they had a match against Dragon on the upper bracket where they fell short, but I think this is going to be their opportunity to take a single Cinderella streak in their favor, but it's actually a huge question mark, just like you mentioned, which will unveil in the nick of time. It is a best of 5, right, Yam?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it is a best of 5.
Yeah, it's a
which
best of
map
5,
is
best
gonna?
of 5.
That I know, but which first map? I actually forgot. Numbani, is it?
Yeah, it's Numbani.
Numbani.
So,
But
yeah,
Numbani, mind you, with a lot of really good changes. They've really tidied up this map and a lot of the things that I used to hate about it, with the high ground being very inaccessible. It felt a little choke heavy from time to time. They've done wonders to bring this map back into the limelight, but at the same time, I don't think you should always consider this map to be one of the greatest as well, because the way that the spawns are working for this particular map, it's not really the best. But at the same time, you can kind of work around. Maybe if they added another spawn, it could have been better, but it's nitpicking to say the very least, because don't forget, Blizzard is a small indie company, just like Yami, because he's not giving us the budget bottle that we asked for.
Aggressive
But
ভাই আপনার কথা আটকাচ্ছে অন্যান্য জনজন
মিথ্যা কথা 100% মিথ্যা কথা
বললে কিন্তু হঠাৎ করে ইয়ামের ভয়েসটা একটু ঠিক হয়ে যায়, আমি এটা জানি না।
Oh god, couldn't believe Yam was gonna be like, hey bhai, your turn is acting up or something. Trust me, Yam, it will be fine if you send us the last refinery bottle. It just costs 80 taka, I think. Depends on the brand you're taking. I think there's Mum, G1, Akias, Fresh, I think, right?
Yes.
So Yam, when?
না ভাই
Exactly. I mean, even though I'm a Noakilla, even though Akila's chat guy, but we have another Kipka chat guy over here. It's completely fine. But yesterday I was having a conversation with Rev, actually, you know. So Rev told me that, you know, the entire family actually got eliminated from the tournament. I was playing the tournament, I was playing the tournament, you were playing the tournament as well, even Austin was. And here we are. We're just back on the spectator board as I guess it's gonna be the big boys who are gonna take the advantage, but now I'm looking forward to the play they're gonna be putting up on this show. Frankly speaking, as it's the grand final, I expect this to be competitive. I do not expect this to be a one-sided game at any given point. But Overwatch is a game where you can definitely make comebacks with the overtime by holding onto the payload as if you're an attacker, that is. So, slow and steady, and needs to be a bit more vigilant as well when it comes to taking the first point and then go for the push onto the payload all the way to the defender spawn.
A lot of different things that could happen here in the game of Overwatch. So with the initial starting, we can see the overall composition being pretty standardized coming out from either side, but Shomyo possibly going for the Widow here, with Alito now picking up the Soldier. Now this could be quite interesting coming out from the attackers, and you can already tell that the members of Greeny's team, they're opting for the much more fly-based characters because they understand there's not really a proper hit scan player on the opposite team. Yeah, Alito is an incredible dive dive player because, of course, he can utilize the Genji, get a lot of space early on, but that's kind of the thing.
Yeah, excuse me. It's fine.
Uh,
That is
with
true,
elite,
but
yeah. And
you
now
go on,
I
you go
think
on.
that the problems are gonna really start to kick in because that far is gonna be highly uncontested unless Alito swaps over it.
Alito did swap, but I believe Samyo will have to take a lot more beatings, pressure here because he can definitely mow down the player in the when it comes to going for aerial fights, if I may. But even then, it's gonna be a big question mark from my side. Ishak is opting to go for a Zarya against a Diva, so he should at least have advantage on paper. But even then, if the Diva opts to not shoot the bubbles, there's exactly where the Zarya is gonna be struggling quite more. Greeny does have the information as they're trying to force out the Bastion as well, and that's exactly where I kind of love how the Zarya is playing because he's just standing in front of these teammates so that he is the one who will take the damage to charge his own bubble so that he can have a much better weapon overall. Ishak able to open things up by getting rid of Samyo here. Wickford low on HP, may even lose the mecha in this process, and definitely he will. Alito is also gonna go down now. He is a baby Diva who will be kept alive by the Mercy, but I would rather say that go down and then go for a respawn. And I think Liquid heard me loud and clear as he will just get himself out of the map. But considering this is the first fight, I would give some slack to the side of Dakata users because they are known for exactly how to take the momentum back and they just know how to take control of the map.
Yeah, and instant swap over to the Zarya, understanding that there's no way the Diva's going to be able to find a lot of value here. Alito as well, understanding what's really going to happen. None of the dives are going to be working out for them as long as that Pharah is still alive and kicking up on the top. Numbani, a very dangerous map to really play into, but now it's Alito's turn to try and maybe find some space. If he's able to kill this Pharah almost immediately, things will be better. Good couple of shots, and Alito is going to be able to find the opening, but Greeny just answered back almost immediately. The tank's now completely gone, and Bonu, he can't even opt to go in for a resurrection. He's stuck on the low ground, and Alito, he really needed to play with his teammate, but it's just not going to be working. Greeny, utilizing the dominance that he is known for in every turn. Show me all by himself, the poor old boy. Not much that he can do to try and survive. Instant resets coming out from the side of Dakat abusers, and then seemingly the people who are abusing the Dakats could just be the ones receiving all of the pain instead. Good movement to get out, but they need to try and regroup themselves.
Absolutely, because if they don't, they're going to be losing time very quickly as they have 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock. They'll have to at least touch the objective and then go for a couple of controls of the objective as well. But the frags are something which is really giving them a hard time. Shamu does have almost an ultimate available, but with that on the corner, he needs to find that first so that he can find isolations with the I forget the ultimate's name, but let's just say the mortar thingy. And now Alito trying to get a headshot, and he will find Bounty Hunter, but I would rather say that this has to go in favor of the side, but it's gonna be Greeny able to find one. Shami will be able to take a refrag, but even after that, that's not gonna be very beneficial as Blazing Red does have the ultimate available from Moira, and now this poor old McCree, or should I say Cassidy, is not going to be surviving for that long because there's so many targets to cover. Never mind, Ishrak is having a hard time after all. It is gonna be the Bastion ultimate, which will be making sure he doesn't have any more support. And finally, the players of Team Dakat Abusers will have the opening. I just came to a realization that Bounty Hunter is actually playing Pharah while he used to play Bastion and Soldier the most, considering he comes from R6 just like me. But he does have the flexibility, he does also have the rocket barrages available, but now the clock is gonna go to a reset, allowing the opposition to have 3 minutes on their board to push the payload.
This was really smart coming out from them too, understanding that as soon as they use their ultimates, they're going to be able to cut off the support line to the Zarya and then just burst it all down together. The Mercy surviving for this long is one of the other biggest problems that they're going to be facing. The Graviton Surge, close to being ready as long as they're able to live. It's going to be perfect. Alito being able to shut down the one. He's going to be able to shut down the second as well. One by one, Alito. He is now running him up, possibly getting his third. He's going to be able to get his fourth as well. Possibly the ace could be on the cards. A pentakill to his name, not gonna happen. He's staggering. Try and stagger out the tank. He does die in the process, but do not forget that the Mercy is there to come in for the resurrection. This is where the game is just gonna get even more heated because Dakat Abusers, they have finally found their foothold. Plus, they have a good chunk of ultimates to try and play into. With the Nano being in the hands of one, the question is, what's the game plan for the defenders? way that they're trying to push into this one, Ishraq in a little bit of a precarious situation. He can no longer go in for this push completely. Look at the positioning as well from either side. As long as the Bastion stays live, they are completely done for.
Absolutely, and as it looks like Bounty Hunter is going to be having a hard time to get rid of the counter Bastion, but finally he will. But a lot of time to take down here, and now the Zarya is having the support from the Mercy as well, and Bounty Hunter trying to raise levels to survive. He understands there isn't a death sentence to just walk in, so he will let go of that particular area so that he can at least contest this particular angle. But at the same time, the point has already been secured with 3 minutes left on the clock. They are having a hard time, but I love how the attackers are playing. They are extending the defenders to push themselves, push them inside of the spawns, into the spawn, and really good map control if you think about it. Liquid is trying to take the fight directly against that Zarya. Liquid, and the stance was exactly coming to her towards him with the rockets from Bastion. But even after that, I have to admit the players are actually keeping both the Bastions able to find their value. But Alito's life happy wife really just knew exactly where the shots gonna be coming from, and now a 3-5 situation, but the response needs to come in fast, otherwise the attackers will lose time very quickly. They do have a time to walk all the way to the payload, but they'll have to take the fight first because the defenders have already extended into the previous zone. It is a
This was a
zone,
little bit too, yeah. This is a little bit precarious in the way that they tried to take over that fight as well. But charging up their ultimates is pretty much going to be the name of the game for them. Liquid still holding on to the Graviton Surge. Needs to be perfect with the timing. Even if they're able to kill Zarya, this is going to snowball this entire round out of control. Perfect Graviton Surge placement! Comes in with a nano for another big save. They're able to hold, they're able to survive. The question is for how... Just do not... It's gonna be an instantaneous push coming up from the opposite side. The bomb comes in as backup, and one by one the members of Greeny's team just holding down the line. This is the strength of one of the best hit scans in the entire country. And Alito, he's trying his best to maybe box him out, but the thing is, even against the Graviton Surge, because Greeny was able to get the perfect timing, it's so difficult to try and go up against him.
Really, you monster! The way he took down the entirety of the players down, and even though with the fact that his opposition who had the Graviton well, or the ultimate actually from the side of Zarya. This exactly. So it's just so crazy. He did call in the bomb, but he didn't even need it when you think about it. Deadly and Bounty Hunter able to find the fertilization yet again, and now the attackers are really burning time as they're not able to take any form of footing whatsoever and make the team kill as well. And now the players of Dark Abusers, they'll have to bring themselves together so that they can beat the crap out of Dragats, I guess. But it's not gonna be easy, as I say, because the entirety of the players of Sim just knows exactly how they're gonna play. They have forced their opposition to play a Reinhardt as well to counter the Zarya, but frankly speaking, the Zarya is just the tip of the side of who was it? Ishraq, yeah.
I need to play that one for it. It's all dependent on the first initial 3 seconds left on the clock. They can no longer even try to maybe play in for space. Alito,
Okay.
Beautiful Blizzard. He's gonna be able to catch out one of the players. Greeny's gonna be taking a backside. All depends on them being able to hold on to this for as long as they can. No one to really go in for a touch. No one to even come in for a save. Ishraq still alive and kicking to maybe cause a little bit of damage. Time ticking away. Overtime still in the running. They need to try and survive and live, but Ishraq still causing all of the damage. Ladies and gentlemen, the tag for the side of Simp, still holding down the line and being an absolute wall. This is how Sims survive, and they take this round, preventing a 0-3 from coming in. Now with the sides being swapped, good God, the members of Dhaka the Abuser, they're probably kicking themselves for that one, because Ishraq surviving for that long should not have been a reality.
He just made sure the entire team goes back into the grave, and he did not even struggle to take the fights in his own hands. And I literally mean that, because he even went for the melee shots when the times became, I mean, how do I put it, desperate. And I have to admit, as a tank, he's doing God's work over here. Even with the Reinhardt, the players of the users have struggled, but then again, this is not the end of them for quite yet. They'll have to deny the third point at every given cost on this particular map, even though this is a best of 5. But it does give them a little bit more of a shakiness, if I might, because they know they could have probably taken the third point as well, pushing it to overtime. But now it's not even in the equation.
But then again, this
If
is not
they
the end
can,
of them for
I mean,
a
who am I
fight
kidding?
yet.
Overtime is
They'll
actually
have to
completely
deny
out of the
third
equation.
point
It
at
only
every
happens if
given cost
one
on
of the
this
teams
particular map, even if
at
it's a
least
best
have
of
3 or
five,
both of
but
them
it
have
does
3.
give them a little bit
So
more of a
kind of makes
shakiness,
this
if I might,
Liquid's, or should I say Team Dakatibu's last chance on this particular map, a kind of exact same lineup we've seen previously, starting with a Diva as well. But I do see how the players are gonna be opting to take this take. Onto the first objective, that is. Ishak on the Reinhardt does make a lot of sense, but it kind of raises my eyebrow quite a bit, because considering there is a Bastion and a Diva with unlimited ammo, at least when the times come, the Reinhardt shield is not gonna survive for forever.
It's gonna be difficult, but look at Ishraq. He's already demanding so much space from the opposition. Taking a good chunk of damage, he needs to be careful in the way that he pushes himself forward from this one. Has the opportunity and the timing. The Diva already demeg. That's a tank now gone from the side of Dhaka the Abusers. And one by one, they are gonna be falling like flies. They don't really have anything to deal with the Reinhardt, because as soon as the Reinhardt starts to take over space, what will the Diva even do? Absolutely nothing. The speed at which this takeover happened, do not forget that they just took this in like 30 seconds. Look at the time now. They have 5 minutes and 30 seconds to push it all the way towards the next objective point.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. Not to mention, putting the Reinhardt on the high ground was a really brilliant decision, because they knew for a fact, even if they had anything to counter the Reinhardt, they're gonna be putting them there. So why not send the Reinhardt directly and on a close proximity? And now we will be seeing a couple of swaps from the side of Dhaka the Abusers as well, as they are opting to go for a Junkrat instead of the Bastion. But then again, I do believe this is gonna come down to the raw damage here, as they're actually opting to go for these heavy damage characters. But looks like Liquid has finally surrounded I forgot his name. Ishraq, yeah.
Oh my
But
god, the healing.
What?
The healing saved him so hard. The Riot battle was won out by Ishraq. One Kiriko was all that it took. A little bit of a surprise here, but even then, they're gonna be
Medieval
able to
times,
reset. Actually.
I don't know if the gladiators actually had healers to toss. I don't know. You have you played? Oh my god, you did play Mustafa actually. Remember they used to eat food to regenerate her HP.
Yes, yes.
So it does remind me of that. That maybe they're just having the medieval battle, someone just tossing food at them, but at the same time now we have a Honkash, or should I say the ultimate from the Reinhardt to stun them. Nice shots coming in from the side of Blaze and Red, as he will be able to he's gonna be able to get rid of a lead of very important, if you think about it. I think that's an Anna as well. And now I have to admit, the players are really gonna be suffering quite a lot more. Ishak, just understand, he will be better against a Reinhardt with Azaria, considering he has already clutched it once, and he knows exactly where the Optimus Prime struggles. As of now, with Admis and 30 seconds on the clock, this is gonna be all hell break loose from the side of Dhaka, because they'll have to put so much time. This is gonna be difficult, if not impossible. And now they're trying to keep themselves up, but the problem is, for how long are they gonna be mitigating these damages? Because whenever the Genji is going, oh no, the sleep!
Oh, dear sleep coming in from Frost as well. Good god, man. Blaze it. Take a power for that one, because as soon as Nito was falling into the ground, that sleep caused him to break apart. Every chance that he could have had to even get a kill was just taken away from him. Don't forget, because as soon as he got slipped, there was an ult coming in from Greeny. They're just gonna get run over now. Maybe a little bit of a chance for them to turn this one around, but Bounty Hunter is not gonna be even letting that happen. He immediately just runs down the tank before Liquid could even get his bearings. Reinhardt falls. With that, members are they're able to take back number one in a quick and clean fashion.
Good God. Players of Scripted did not take any prisoners. Even the Kudos to Alido able to get a POTG over here. But it's not the POTGs which will make the biggest difference. It will definitely be the victory. Alido did have a 4K. We were expecting an ace where he did stagger the Zarya, but that's map number one. And it's gonna be Dhaka users who will be choosing the next map. So Yam, go and take the honor of typing it in the chat. Which map is it gonna be? As we are gonna be hitting the second map of this game. Yes, we will be. Jigo. Or we have a pause instead.
Choose map captain Liquid. Yeah.
I guess we don't have a pause, but I have to admit,
We're gonna see the best widow in the entirety of Bangladesh. Caps, by the way.
mhm.
But the question, where is he gonna go with this? Everyone's trying
Oh
to go
no.
in, and oh, that's the first crash. DC watch has begun.
I was expecting a fall, and there you have it. Delay. We're gonna be waiting for him to rejoin, but yeah, it just kind of hurts me to see that the current. I mean, I'm not saying the game is on a bad state. I mean, it definitely it can be better. Wait a second. The new tank actually we just got revealed on the
Yes,
stream.
yes.
Vault. What's his name?
Oh, wait, he just came out. He just
Yeah, he
came
just
out.
came out. He just came out. I'm literally watching the stream on the second monitor. Okay, he does look interesting as he can freeze players in position on the map. Okay,
Nice. He's a dive tank. That's actually pretty good. We're gonna get to play him today.
today?
Yeah, we're gonna get to play him today. He's coming out tonight. He should be coming out right after this, right after we're done with the tournament.
I hope so, but it did say 10th of December.
No, we're gonna get to playtest him.
Oh,
That's kind of
right,
the
right,
thing
right.
that Overwatch does, the playtest.
Oh yeah, just like R6. Okay, never mind. I thought about a live game. Never mind, it's a test server.
No, technically, you're playing him in the live game.
I wanna. You know what, Kerry? Actually, yeah, never mind. I cannot join anyways because the game has already started. Otherwise, I would have just checked. Oh, by the way, shout out to Katyusha as well, our lovely streamer over here, as she is taking the honor to do the production, and at the same time mocking me whenever she gets the chance. I guess. But anywho, so the abilities are Bone Spur, Downpour. I couldn't read it. Never mind.
This is insane. I don't get it. Like, this character is probably one of the most unique and at the same time hard to play characters. I can already tell. This is gonna be one of the highest skill tanks in the entire game.
I do believe that as well. I do see what kits he brings because it does feel like that it's a bit more melee oriented, just like Doomfist, even though he does have a ranged weapon, just like Doomfist, of course.
That
But
vault is insane. You can get so close to people. He's probably gonna be dealing a lot more damage on melees.
yeah,